Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit, and it is for the Pastgen TV Championship. Introducing first the challenger. He hails from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and weighs in tonight at 227 pounds, Y2J Chris Jericho.
Well, Chris Jericho set to do battle here. One of the most devastating forces in the history of professional wrestling, but you could say the same about this man. Very, very impressive resume. This would be a 30-odd minute long video. I just started listing Jericho's career accomplishments. What a career he has had in the ring. One of the greatest of all time. Tonight could be his night. He could dethrone the monster that has held our belt very, very dominantly for quite a while now.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent. He weighs in tonight at 326 pounds, and he is the current reigning and defending Pastgen TV Champion, Kane.
We'll talk about Jericho being one of the greatest of all time. Talking up his prospects of potentially walking away with that belt, but he's going to have to go through this monster first. Many wrestlers have come into the ring, have tried to defeat this man. It's looked like an impossible task. That may not change here tonight. Kane's certainly not planning on walking away without that belt. Chris Jericho's going to have to produce something special here just to stand any chance of beating this monster. One thing is for sure, between these two men, this is going to be one hell of a contest. Chris Jericho outweighed here by roughly 100 pounds. He's not going to be able to trade blows and go toe-to-toe with Kane. Jericho's going to have to use all of his years of experience to try and come up with a sound game plan. And that may have been it there. Jericho trying the cheap shot, but Kane retaliating after blocking that punch and knocking Jericho down. And as I said, when he's such a large size advantage, going blow for blow, he's only going to win one way. And Jericho nearly finding it out, managing to get out of the way. And that right hand by Kane, but look at Jericho. Jericho ducking out of the ring, taking a time out. Not popular with the fans, but certainly a smart move. And look at this, he's almost trying to goad Kane now into coming outside the ring and come to get him. Kane taking the bait, and Jericho, look at that from behind, one-handed face crusher. Kane falling right into the trap there. Jericho leading him on a merry dance. And look at this now, Kane chasing him in. Jericho catching him coming in. And look at this by Jericho. Quick roll up. Handful of tights as well for good measure. Kane shoulders down and nearly, very, very nearly had a new champion there. Jericho manipulating the big red machine. And now look at Jericho trying to lock it in. And he's got it. He's got it on Kane. The walls of Jericho. This one could be over. But Kane managing to reach the ropes. Jericho far too close to the ropes, applying that hold. But look at this, refusing to break it, making the referee give him to the count of 5. Jericho doing what he wants here with the big red machine. Will trying to kick, and Kane getting straight back up and nailing him right in the face with that big boot. Jericho's tactics seems to be working, but not working very well now. Thunderous power slam by the big red machine. The leg is hooked, the shoulders down. Jericho managing to find a way out. Jericho came very close there, becoming the new champion. But it didn't work, and now Kane back in control, sending Y2J for the ride off the ropes. Look at this, another power slam by Kane, and the leg hooks once again, but this time too close to the ropes. Jericho's shown what he's capable of here. Kane will know he needs to stay in control here and not give him an inch, because if he does, it could cost him that championship belt. As Kane now, Roman Greco knuckle up, tries to move Jericho, manages to turn him around. What's Jericho going for here? Look at that. And we don't talk about Jericho as a powerhouse, but picking up the 300-pounder with a nice back suplex. Now Jericho on the top rope, goes for the missile drop kick, but Kane somehow managing to slip out of the way just in time and nearly knocks Y2J's head off with a thunderous clothesline. And now Kane looking to fly, going to the top rope, comes diving off, but Jericho's seen that one coming. Real back and forth stuff here in the past couple of minutes between these two, and now Jericho, look at this, tries to throw Kane to the outside. Kane clinging onto the ropes, and a thunderous drop kick by Jericho, knocking the Big Red Machine to the outside. Kane gets back to his feet now.
2.
Taking a breather, but doesn't get a breather. Jericho diving over the top rope, and look at that, kick to the gut.
2.
Oh, and Jericho with a low blow.
3.
A very, very low kick, and I don't think the referee saw where that kick landed on Kane. Jericho bending the rules in his favour here, and look at the blatant disrespect, just slapping the Big Red Machine in the head. Takes him down once again. Jericho very, very impressive in this match, it has to be said. Kane having all kinds of problems, but look at that. That is the height of arrogance by Jericho. Trying to beat Kane with a foot on the chest. And the Big Red Machine exploding up in a rage.
2.
Jericho on the outside once again, taunting Kane, and look at Kane.
1.
Kane determined to do anything to stop
2.
Jericho's cocky antics. Completely missing.
3.
Maybe allowing Jericho the advantage, but Kane reversing out into a hammerlock.
4.
Now the Big Red Machine picking up Jericho on the outside, and a big time side slam. Jericho
6.
nearly gaining the advantage again, but this time Kane managing to avoid.
7.
Disaster, and a big elbow to the head. As Kane comes back in, Jericho gets back to his feet, gets sent for the ride off the ropes by the Big Red Machine, and gets nailed with a thunderous hip toss. And now Kane once again looking to go to the top. Maybe going to try and hit that diving clothesline, nails it this time. Kane saying the end is near for Jericho, it may very well be. I'm sure Y2J may have a couple more tricks up his sleeve. Nice power slam by Kane. Well, this is a time to produce it. If Jericho does have any more tricks up his sleeve, hand around the throat, and he doesn't, as Kane nails him with a thunderous choke slam. The opportunity may be gone here for Chris Jericho if he can't produce something in the next few seconds. Things not looking good here for the native of Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, as Kane picks him up and spikes his head into the canvas, the tombstone pile driver. And surely this match over. He's finished every great wrestler off with that move he's faced thus far, and Jericho no exception. Kane still your Pastgen Television Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner and still the Pastgen Television Champion, Kane.
It will sound like a broken record. This is a phrase that I may repeat every single week, but it certainly rings truer every time I say it. Can anybody take that title away from the Big Red Machine? He certainly isn't looking like it. Jericho put up one hell of an effort to no avail. Maybe Kane's going to hold that belt forever. If you want some great created wrestlers in your game, but without going through the lengthy process of creating them yourself, well, I can help you out with that. If you play on PS2 or PS2 emulator, I can create just for you a custom save data file and preload it with up to 30 created wrestlers that you have chosen. If you're interested, send me an email at pastgengamingemail@gmail.com. My email is linked on the main channel page, and I can also do this for the PSP, but on PSP I can only do save files for the European version of the game.